Despite having one of the most emotionally charged products in the world, sports at their core are business. So when it comes time to either sell or relocate a franchise, it's usually just numbers that drive the decision, right? Right. Not even close. As we'll see in this list, the business of sports involves a lot of emotion, both on and off the field. And a lot of those emotions are anger and pettiness. 10 teams that are going to be sold or relocated soon is coming up right after this. Do you know what happens every 14 seconds? And it's not Josh Rosen signing with a new team. It's identity theft, the fastest growing crime in America. And if you're like me, when I found out some in the UK bought $300 worth of pool cues with my bank account, you know what a pain in the tuchus it is to get your life back in order. But there's something you can do. Aura, the sponsor of today's video, provides protection from identity theft, fraud monitoring, password management, antivirus software, and a VPN. It's a complete roster of services, and unlike the giant secondary, it has no weaknesses. I ran a password check on it, and I found out I had been compromised 3 times and helped me clean that mess up. Imagine if you couldn't log into your email or bank account one day. Aura gives you real-time alerts to suspicious bank account activity, and their VPN allows you to surf the web safely and anonymously. So after this video, protect yourself and your family from rotten, society-draining thieves by going to aura.com/5 points, and you can get a free 14-day trial where you can check to see if your passwords have been compromised. Again, for freaking free. You won't regret it. That's aura.com/5 points from the link below and get a free 14-day trial. For sale, the Washington Nationals. Thanks in part to Dave Roberts going completely brain dead for a half inning, the Washington Nationals ended a franchise championship drought and won a World Series in 2019. Apparently, winning is overrated, as the Lerner family immediately started getting rid of all their championship pieces and have made it no secret the team is for sale, which might even happen soon after this video is released. Mark Lerner, son of Ted Lerner, said in 2018 that they would never sell the Nationals. Well, I guess things change. It's still unclear why the team would sell, but Father Ted is 96. It could be that the championship run was too costly, as the team handed out awful contracts to Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, and Brad Hand. Or it could be just a business move. The Lerners bought the team in 2006 for $450 million, and the price tag for it now is likely $2+ billion. Either way, Nats fans will be glad when the torture is over. Maybe forced to move, the Sacramento Kings. The Kings famously avoided relocation in the early aughts, where they had literally signed all the paperwork to pack up and move to Seattle. However, the city of Sacramento and the league stepped up. The team was sold to a new owner, and it would be easy sailing from then on. Wrong. Amidst a 16-year drought, no single active NBA player has faced the Kings in the playoffs, and their continued ineptness makes you wonder not if, but when the team actually does move to Seattle. Despite there not being any open plans to move, many things are against the Kings staying. A meddling owner that doesn't understand basketball, an indifferent fan base that has nothing to cheer for, and L's all over the court make you wonder just how long Adam Silver will allow this shit show to last. Looking to move and sell, the Chicago Bears. The current state of the Chicago Bears marks a confluence of the team desperately looking for a new stadium and the fans waiting for an old lady to die. First, let's tackle the move, as it has been no secret whatsoever that the team plans to move to Arlington Heights despite no formal announcement yet. The team bought a large parcel of land out there, and I'm sure it's not designated to be a Bears-themed amusement park with a ride called the Double Doink or Jay Cutler's Lazy River. Mayor Beetlejuice has proposed last-ditch plans to keep the team in Chicago, like putting a roof on Soldier Field, but all those ideas have been more laughable than Matt Nagy's play calling. The team is moving. Now let's tackle the sale. Virginia McCaskey is 99 years old and there is no succession plan in place. According to the Daily Herald, infighting among the inheriting family members might urge the sale forward. The franchise could be worth over $5 billion. That's a pretty big pie to split. Bears fans have been anticipating a sale for decades, as it's clear the team has been poorly run for a long time. Like that time when they hired a head coach without even telling him. True story, look it up. Looking for a new apartment, Arizona Coyotes. The Arizona Coyotes have actually already moved, with them signing a 3-year lease in the 5,000-seat Arizona State University Arena in Tempe. Yes, you heard that correctly. NHL hockey is going to be played in an arena that only sits 5,000 people. What's more unclear than that bizarre move is what will happen after. Let's do some simple math. The cost for a family of 4 to attend a Yotes game is a league low $314. That's including parking and food. Divide 5,000 by 4, that's 1,250 families. Multiply that by $314 and you get $392,500 in single game gate receipts. Multiply that by 81 games, that's only $31 million. The cap hit for the Yotes next year is a projected $64 million. So even if they sold out every game, this is simply unsustainable. The Coyotes could move to Houston, Kansas City, Quebec City, or possibly patch things up with Glendale, but that would require a cash infusion to pay off old debts. What a freaking mess. For sale to a good home, New Orleans Saints. You might be surprised to find the Saints on this list, but the sale of the team is quite inevitable. When Tom Benson died, he left the team to his wife, Gail, who in 2021 outlined that upon her death, the team would be sold and the proceeds would go to charity, with the absolute intent of keeping the team in New Orleans. Some big factors work against that plan, though, as even though Tom Benson wrote his kid and grandchildren out of his will, they still may challenge the sale in court, to get their money. The other factor is finding a qualified buyer that would keep the team in New Orleans, as the price tag could skyrocket by the time the team is ready to be sold. Saints fans, clench your buttholes and hope that Gail Benson eats healthy. You need to sell, move out, or both. New Orleans Pelicans. Here's another team owned by Gail Benson, but it may be forced to relocate before she passes. It's no secret the franchise has struggled in the ironically named Big Easy since it arrived. However, team officials have vehemently denied that the team ever plans on moving. Apparently, there is frequent interest from buyers, but the problem lies again in that nobody local has the means or desire to buy the team. A smart business person would purchase them and then move the team to Seattle or Las Vegas. Even worse, the team's lease expires next year, and like we said before, nobody knows when Gail Benson will do the same. Please do not move, Baltimore Orioles. For years, O's fans had been waiting for the day Peter Angelos stopped either meddling with the team or being so cheap. Unfortunately for him, Angelos is suffering from dementia, and operations have been turned over to his 2 sons, Louis and John. The team is doing better on the field, mostly because of Adley Rutschman, but behind the scenes it's clear these two learned a lot from their dad. Louis has already sued his brother and openly alleged John is trying to move the team to Nashville. Louis also may want to sell the team while John is posturing to become the sole owner. It's like this yin and yang thing going on here. John has vehemently stated the team is not going anywhere, and with a recent pledge of $1.2 billion from the city of Baltimore for Camden Yards, that is really unlikely. I'd personally sue if Camden Yards sat empty and there was no baseball here. Don't do it. Should I stay or should I go? The Oakland A's. So many things are working against the A's staying in Oakland. Some of it caused by the city in which they reside, and a lot of it caused by the team being cheap as fuck. It's no secret the Coliseum is unfit for baseball, and this has been known for decades. After watching the Warriors and Raiders leave, the city just approved the Howard Terminal proposal, but time will tell if the A's patience can last that long, as not a shovelful of dirt has been moved on the site. Las Vegas has a shiny new ballpark that could not only host big league games right now, but easily be upgraded to add more capacity in the future. Shout out to Baseball Bat Bros. Vegas wants them bad too, and sometimes that's enough. It's complicated. Los Angeles Chargers. You would think that Dean Spanos would never, ever want to sell the team that his family has owned for 40 years. And you are right about that. However, when his dad, Alex Spanos, died, he split the team up amongst his children. And apparently not all of them are fans of Dean, like his sister, Dia Berberian, who is suing him. She alleges there are debts of over $350 million and the trust doesn't even have enough money to support its charity work. Barbarian's kids also sued Dean, saying they have been screwed out of some money. If the team is really in financial despair, Spanos might be forced to sell. It's still wild to me that even his own sister is like,
"Say the line, Bart!"
Fuck you, Spanos.
Yeah!
And now for our last team to possibly head to the auction house. Please either die, sell, or both. Washington Commanders. This is probably the most unusual case of literally the entire planet of 7 billion people wishing an owner would sell, and the owner wishing he had 7 billion hands so he could give each of us the middle finger. The only way Dan Snyder would ever sell the team is if he was forced to, and up until recently that didn't seem like a possibility, but things are mounting up. From a workplace misconduct allegation that included a hefty fine and forced Snyder to give up day-to-day operations of the team, okay, to him keeping 2 sets of books and skimming money from other owners. Oh, and that investigation isn't by the league, it's by Congress. The US government hates this dude. Couple that with the email scandal, the naming fiasco, the stadium being an absolute shithole. It's like the franchise is a toy that needs to be taken away from its petulant, toddler-like owner. Remember, he sued a newspaper for criticizing him. None of that though, not even Congress matters, as it would be up to the NFL owners to remove Snyder. And I doubt Jerry Jones wants to give up 2 easy wins a year. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.